It's Jim Florentine and Jim Norton right here on Ozzy's Boneyard. We're backstage at the last Black Sabbath show. We're here with the great JakeELee. It's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you.
You look good, too.
This is, by the way, can I say this is like one of the highlights for me because you're one of the few guys who's played with Ozzy who I've never met and I've never talked to. So I was really psyched when I heard you were going to be here. And,
oh, thank you. One of the few, because there's been a lot.
There's been a lot over the years, yeah, but you're one of the guys I always wanted to meet, so I'm glad that you're here.
Well,
and two of the classic records, too, that you played on, so...
they're all right.
That was a tough act to follow, the first two, though. To come back with Bark at the Moon and Ultimate Sin.
Yeah. I mean, they were all right. They were pretty good.
How does it feel to be here, to be involved with this? It's historic. Do you feel like, were you surprised to be invited? Did you know you'd be invited?
I did not know I would be invited. Actually, I think the first time I heard of it was when Tom Morello asked if I'd be a part of it. Because it was quite a few months ago, and he said there's going to be a concert. It's going to be Black Sabbath's final gig and Ozzy's final gig, and I can't see it happening without you. Would you be interested? And I said, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no bad blood between me and Ozzy, or for that matter, me and Sharon. I understand that, business is business. I don't take it personally, and yeah, I wanted to be a part of it. This is historic. This is monumental. I'd just be a little part of it thrills me.
Were you a big Black Sabbath fan growing up and playing guitar? And
Yeah. I had three bands growing up: as Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and Grand Funk Railroad.
Wow.
And I think I bought every album Sabbath came out with up until what was that one? Maybe Technical Ecstasy.
Technical Ecstasy?
Yeah. Which, there's still some good songs on there.
Yeah, it was a little different record.
Yeah.
They were saying they were going more like a Foreigner, ELO, kind of progressive. That was the time. That was about that time.
Yeah.
That music was coming out, so it went that way. But
yeah.
I like that record. If yeah, it's not a instant one, but once you listen to it a bunch of times, it grows on you, definitely. But you like the heavier stuff, like the Sabotage, the Volume 4.
Yeah.
So what was it like? I mean, getting the gig, growing up being a big Black Sabbath fan, and then all of a sudden you're Ozzy's guitar player.
I didn't really think about it because
you didn't want to overwhelm yourself.
Yeah, I didn't want to put that weight on my shoulders, so I just la-di-da.
Right. You just showed up and pretended it was like in your mind. Don't acknowledge it. Just do it.
It's another gig.
Yeah. Do you listen back to old stuff? Like, I can't listen to my old stuff. Do you like to listen to your old stuff, or do you kind of put it out of your mind?
Yeah, I'll listen to every couple of years, maybe. I'll give it a listen, just for the hell of it. Although I'll admit, Ultimate Sin, I probably didn't listen to that for 10, 15 years, because it kind of got shit on. People thought it was, terrible, Ozzy's gone pop. And I heard it so many times, they're probably right. So I didn't even bother listening to it until maybe a year ago.
Really?
Maybe a year ago. Chris Jericho, I met him, and he started going on about the Ultimate Sin. I said, you like it? He said, it's my favorite fucking Ozzy. Of course I like it. And I was like, maybe I should give it a listen. I listened to it, and it didn't suck.
No, it's great. There's some great. Killer Giants is a great song. Thank God for the Bomb is a great song. Lightning Strike. There's some really good stuff on that record, man.
The Ultimate Sin. No, I think because the production, people complained about the production on it, like it was too slick.
Yeah.
But the songwriting was great and stuff. I know that maybe in the mix it sounded a little different. I think remember Ozzy saying back in the day when the finished product came out, he wasn't happy with it. But
yeah, and that was another thing. Ozzy said he didn't like it, and so I just didn't listen to it for a long time. Then when I finally did, I was, shit, it's a good record. And the production is slick, but it's been so long now, it's almost nostalgically slick, if that makes sense. It is slick, but now it's hard for me to even imagine it any other way.
And it was Ron Neverson, I think. And he was doing a lot of the albums at that time.
Yeah,
a lot
Heart.
Yeah, Hard and all that stuff. So that was the kind of the sound. That was, 86, I think it was.
Yeah.
Came out,
86.
How are you feeling? How's your health? Everything's okay?
Reasonably, for an old guy. I mean, I'm 68.
I think you look better than ever.
Yeah.
He really does. We saw you back when we had you on that metal show years ago back in Vegas. That was probably like
11, 12 years
something
ago.
like that, around 2012, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, I actually feel pretty good. Joints are hurting.
Sure.
But all the, the whole incident, what happened, it didn't affect your guitar playing or anything like that? Because I know you got shot in the shoulder, and then...
I hadn't been playing guitar for a couple of years because this wrist was killing me. And then...
Is that carpal tunnel?
Arthritis.
Okay.
I finally got x-rays, and they said there's no cartilage left. So it's bone on bone. Whenever I move it, it didn't feel that good. So I started doing rehab for it, and it started to take a lot of exercising, a lot of stretching, and it was getting better. And then I walked my dog.
Wow. When something that tragic or that sudden happens, and then you live through it, and you know you're going to survive it, does it change the way you look at things at all? Like, wow, man, that could have been the end.
A little bit. Kind of like when I got the Ozzy gig, and I don't want to think about it.
Right.
I dwelled on it a little bit after I got shot, and then I realized it wasn't healthy.
Sure.
And so I just kind of pushed it aside and didn't think about it too much because, the world got darker, more dangerous, not as fun after that night. And since then, I don't think about it too much, and the world's getting back to where I can enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just great that you're a part of this here at the last Black Sabbath show.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ozzy yet? I know.
I did yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And now, when's the last time you saw him before?
38 years ago.
38 years ago?
Yeah, when I got fired.
Wow. How was it seeing him in person and saying hello?
It was great. I was had a little trepidation, wasn't sure. But I saw Sharon first and put her hands on my face and stared at me and then gave me a big hug. And I knew me and Sharon were good. And they said, come on, Ozzy wants to say hi. And so I went over to Ozzy and he was sweet. He was sweet. He thanked me. He said, thank you for being a part of this. And I said, oh, God, I wouldn't miss it. And I said, thank you for inviting me. And we talked a little bit. And
I know he put a public statement out when the whole thing happened with you, wishing you well and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah. I always wanted to see Ozzy again. I didn't know how to go about doing that. I always wanted to see him and make sure we're good. Life's too short.
I think Ozzy really appreciates you. After Randy passed away and then he's going to come out with another album, everyone thought his career was over.
Yeah.
As Ozzy solo fans, he didn't know what he was going to do, and you coming in and doing the Bark of the Moon record put him right back on the map. That was a huge album for Ozzy. A make or break for his career, don't you think, Jim?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it probably would have been. I'd never thought about it that way.
But just the opening
that would have
riff,
been more pressure.
The opening riff of Bark of the Moon.
Make or break.
I know. You see, that's good how you don't. He goes, no, I'm not even going to think about that. That's too overwhelming.
But yeah.
But
now
you
that
really
you say
did.
That, it would have either made or broke him.
It did, and especially following Randy's footsteps. You're the first guy in a studio record, and it worked out great. So I know Ozzy definitely appreciates that, because if he could have got the wrong guy and the wrong album, it could have been over for him. You never know.
Yeah.
So no, we appreciate you being here, and you're a legend. Jim Florentine and Jim Norton right here on Ozzy's Boneyard. We're backstage at the last Black Sabbath show. We're here with the great JakeELee.
You should be acknowledged, and you should be a part because you are such an important part of Ozzy's history. And I'm happy. Like, as a fan, it makes me really happy that they know it and that they're letting you know it. It's great to see.
Yeah, and it's fun. Yesterday at the photo shoot, all those people, I mean, how often does that happen? You have like 100 famous, respected musicians.
Who's a big musician that came up to you who was like such a huge fan you had no idea? Like the guys in Metallica, the Sabbath guys, the guys in Metallica.
No, they opened for Ozzy.
Oh, that's right. You guys were on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I saw that tour. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
it was good to see those guys again, right?
But I'd never met anybody else in Sabbath before, and they were,
all right,
one of my 3 bands growing up, and I was standing next to Geezer. Keep looking over at him, and finally he looked at me, and I said, "I just got to tell you, man, I'm such a huge fan. My name's Jake," and then he says, "I know who you are, Mr. Lee," and I was like, "No!" Yeah. I got all giddy. I was like, "He knows my name," And I didn't do that. I didn't giggle in front of him, but in my head I was like, "Oh!" And then Bill Ward too. I found myself standing next to him, so I did the same thing. Kept looking, hoping he could see me, and then he finally did. And it was funny because at first he's looking at me, he's like looking at me like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I said, same thing. You know, such a huge fan. You're drumming. You have this swing to it that nobody else ever does. And I said, I just want to say, I'm a big fan, and my name's Jake. And he looked at me, and his eyes changed. He went, Jake? And I said, you can call me that. I'm JakeELee. He says, you're fabulous. He said, I love your guitar playing. I'm like, for these guys to even know who I am, I mean, I guess they kind of would because Ozzy, but to me...
Right, and all these years later...
Yeah, to me, they even knew my name. I was...
Now, what about Tony? Did you get to meet him?
I haven't met Tony.
You haven't?
No.
I'm sure he'd meet you. I'm sure he knows who you are.
Yeah.
He'll definitely will.
Still,
You know.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
You know, because Tony even commented, he said he really liked the Ozzy solo stuff. You
Yeah.
know, the stuff that he did, he would listen to it even though they were, you know, Sabbath and him were fighting at the time, so he knows you.
Yeah, you should approach him and just go, hi. He guarantee you he knows who you are.
You can't wait another 38 years.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? Are you letting yourself in? Like, these moments are so weird sometimes because we live them and then we look back on them instead of kind of enjoying them. It's hard to enjoy them. Are you letting yourself?
I am consciously trying to let it soak in, enjoy the moment, realize that this is never going to happen again. Nothing like this is ever going to happen again. I mean, metal can keep going on, but it's kind of peaked. You know, I hate to say that, but it may never be that. Probably won't. As far as music goes, you know, it's probably peaked, and this is all the people that were important for metal when it was huge. And I'm not saying it's not huge anymore, but this is it. This is the peak. This day is probably the peak.
The founders of heavy metal, Black Sabbath, 1970, and now we're in 2025, their last show ever, and every other band that was influenced is here.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So
today.
yeah, I'm trying to enjoy it. I was a little nervous at rehearsal. I was nervous, which was a weird feeling.
Right.
I hadn't been nervous. I had to think about it long and hard. Last time, because I wasn't nervous when I auditioned for Ozzy. I always do, like I said about doing the record and joining Ozzy. I'm just like, you know, it's nothing. I haven't been nervous in decades. I had to think about it. Last time I was nervous when I wanted to talk to this girl in high school.
Really?
That's the last time I was nervous until 2 days ago when we were rehearsing.
Wow.
And, you know, Nuno Betancourt's there, Tom Morello's there. They're all kind of staring at me, waiting for me to play. And I got nervous. Strange feeling for me.
What did you play? What was the first song you played?
Ultimate Sin.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because even we had KK Downing here before, and he goes, I was so nervous. Like, Steven Tyler was over here in rehearsal just before. He's like, everyone's looking at me. Nuno's there, and he said, I got to play a solo in front of these guys. I'm not used to this. So I could see. It's almost like, you know, we're comedians. If we have, legends in front of us, and we got to do our act, like how to look at us.
I always bomb when it matters. I always bomb in front of people I like.
Oh, by the way, how did it work out with that girl in high school when you were nervous?
I don't think I even approached her. That's how nervous I was.
Well, Jake, look, man, we're very happy that you are here, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you and see you're in good spirits, and I'm glad you were asked, and I'm glad you said yes.
Me too. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.